Hey everyone, it's Ken from Two Drunk Brothers Garage. Ray cannot be here today. He is at work. I have a little project today. I have my wife's 2016 Nissan Murano. I have to do the rear shocks on it. They're leaking oil, so I figure it's time to change them. So I'm going to get the car jacked up, get the rear wheels off. Should be pretty simple. From what I see, it has one bolt on the bottom and two bolts on the top holding it up, or I should say nuts. But we'll get the camera turned around, get the car jacked up, and get the wheels off and get the old shocks off and get the new shocks on. Hang on for the ride. Okay, everybody, got the camera turned around. I'm gonna get under here and get this jacked up and get this show rolling. I'm gonna do a little time lapse while I jack this up though. Okay, I got the wheels and tires off. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. This side ain't leaking, but down here, this bolt right here, 19 millimeter. And then up in here, there are two nuts, and everything I've been reading, they say they're 12 millimeter, but I'll verify that. But you take those two nuts down, and then this whole thing comes off in basically 3 bolts. But the other side, passenger side, sorry about the light. This shock here, as you can see, is all wet. So it's leaking. So I'm gonna get them off and change them out. Okay, everyone. So the bottom bolt is a 19 millimeter. The ones up top are actually 13 millimeter. So whatever video or the thing I saw, they said it's 12 millimeter. Might have been for an older year car. But I'm going to attempt to take the top ones off first, and I'm going to use my little Cobalt little 1/2-inch drive. It's only 150 foot-pounds, but I'll get this off. Okay, everyone, I got this shock off the passenger side, so you can see it's pretty. And as soon as I undid these top two nuts, this thing just collapsed on itself. So now I got to take that nut off. I got to take this part off here and put it on the new shock. This is the new shock. I haven't cut the band yet, but these are the shocks. This is the part numbers. I got these off of Amazon. This is what's on the box. I don't remember exactly what it was on the Amazon. I just put in 2016 Nissan Murano. But I'm going to get this, figure out how to get this top part off here and get it on one of the new shocks. And then I'll get the other one off on the other side. And we'll get this done. Okay, I got this set up in my vise. I have a pair of channel locks to hold the back side of the shaft And I got this in the vise, and this nut is an 18 millimeter. I'm gonna try to hit it with the gun and see if I can get it to break loose. It's a nylock nut, it looks like. And it's very tight to get in there with a wrench and then try to hold the end of the post here. But I'm gonna give it a go with the gun first. See if I can hold all this and hold that shaft to keep it from spinning. Okay, that worked pretty good. I did that in time lapse, but holding the bottom of the shaft with the vice grips and this in the vise, and hit it with my big snap-on gun. Took the nut right off. So now I'll get this on the new one, on the new shock, and get her put back on the vehicle. Then we'll pull the other side off. But this is the bad side. As you can see, this thing was leaking all kinds of oil. And when I undid these two from the bottom, this thing just sunk right down. And the new ones got straps on them, so it's probably gonna push it sky high. So I'm gonna have to push it back up in the vehicle. Fun, fun. Okay, I got the band cut off. This did come with a new nut. It's kind of a little different. This one has, as you can see, it's a flanged nut, whereas the new one is not. I'm hoping this will work, because that's kind of, I think to me that would be a little bit better nut. With being flanged, it would sit in there better, have a little more holding ground. But I think that's metal in there. But I'm gonna go put this up in here. The fun part is going to be trying to tighten this back up, seeing how I had the vice grips on this part of the shaft. I'm not going to be able to do that. So I'm probably going to have to put this in the vise, hold the shock, and there's flat areas on the top of this post, put a wrench there and tighten this down by hand. And I don't want to squeeze this shock housing too tight. I'm gonna actually move this a little bit here, just so it sits on just so it can sit up on the bench a little bit. I'm just gonna tighten that like that. I'm gonna grab my, hopefully that one's 18 millimeter like the other one is. I'm gonna grab my tools here real quick, and hopefully I can do this. Okay, I got it on here. It actually deads out, and you can't really get too much angle on it because the way this sits down in here, this is way up here. You're trying to hold it, and I got this as tight as I can get it. It's got a nylock on it, so it shouldn't fall off. So now I'm gonna get this in the vehicle and get it put back together. Okay, so I kind of forgot to start the camera, but I got this set in place right now, and I'm going to attempt to get the two little nuts on. Gotta get them lined up if I can. Hopefully, there's one. Let me see if I can get this nut started here. Oh, come on. Don't be a... Okay, there's
one nut started. I wish this dust shield thing here wasn't in the way. Now to get this other kind of a tight space to work in here. You don't get much room to work in here. So I'm going to get my wrench and sorry about the camera. Bumped it a little bit. Can't see nothing. But that's everyday occurrence when you're working on a vehicle. You can never see anything, right? And let me tell you, these weren't very tight. But I'm going to make them a little tighter. I'm just going to put my ratchet on it. Just to snug them up a little bit. Oop, don't do that. Find the other one. Tighten it off. Then, now I got to get the bottom bolt in and get the shock all lined up in the hole. Oh, and of course, it didn't stay in. Hopefully I can get this in here. Sorry if I'm in the way, but you know how. Now I got to pull down on the shock to get it to go in the mounting hole. This would be so much easier if I had a lift. One day I will have a lift. Come on, baby. New shocks are hard to pull, let me tell you. Shoot, I might have to jack up on the... I don't know if I can pull any more out of there. I think I might have to jack up on the arm over here and lift that up. See if I can get that to come up a little bit so I can get that in the... I wish I had another pair of hands because I can't jack it up. That's lifting up that or not. It should be. Maybe I got it a little better now. I don't know. Come on, baby. Oh, so close. But oh, so far away. Oh, shock is totally... They don't bring them down very... You can't... Oh, you son of a... I have to jack that up even more. Holy moly. I don't want to lift the car out. Off the jack stand. That's the problem. But This is the only way. Oh, this is so close. I got it almost in there. I don't know if I'm all the way in or not. I think I am. All right. Let's see if I got that in there. Yep. Okay. Woohoo! Success. That shock is done. All right, now we'll move over to the driver's side and get that one done. Okay, I'm over here on the left side of the car. As you can see, this shock is not leaking, but I'm gonna change them both because you should. I'm just gonna time lapse this whole process. I showed you how to do the other one. 3 bolts. And we'll get this one done and put back in. Okay, I got the new shock for the right side or the left side done. Got it all put back together. Now I'm gonna get it back on the car for you. And just like the other side, I'm gonna have to jack the because this got independent rear suspension, so I'll have to do like I did the other side and jack this up to get the bottom hole lined up. Okay, other shock is in. It's all nice and tight. I did have to jack it up quite a bit. I'm gonna let that down. Now all I got left to do is put the tires back on it and let the car all the way down. And we'll wrap this video up. Okay, everyone. So that wasn't too hard of a project. The hardest part was getting that, they call it a strut mount off of the old shock and getting it on a new shock, because you really don't have a lot of place to grab the main shaft of the shock. When you put it back on, you got a little space at the top to put a wrench on, and then there's a valley in that top of that shock mount that you really just got to get in there, and that is an 18 millimeter nut on the top of that holds that rubber boot on top of the shock, and then the two that go that hold the shock up in the car, 13 millimeter and 18 millimeter on the bottom of the shock. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I got the shocks off of Amazon. The part numbers that are on the box, I don't think those are the same as I ordered them. I just looked up 2019 Nissan Murano and found a pair. I think they were like maybe between 50 and 60 bucks for the pair. So yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Ken from Two Drunk Brothers. It's a little early in the morning to be drinking a brewski, so I got this little flavored water. Cheers, brother. Sorry you couldn't be here. Plus I have to go drive
a couple hours, so I'm not going to drink and drive, which is the safe bet. So cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. Ken from Two Drunk Brothers out.
Hey everyone, I misspoke. It's a 2016 Nissan Murano.